Alright guys, welcome to our second week of OM training videos. This week we're going to talk about smart home readiness. A lot of you may not know what smart home readiness is. Some of you may know, but you'll want to be familiar what it is. So with Vivint being a smart home company, so what we're trying to do is when we put our systems in customers' houses, we're trying to capture and track their activity, like doors opening, people walking in front of motion, when they use their locks, when they leave their house, when they come home, when they arm and disarm their system and stuff like that. So the panel will actually start tracking these people, and so if they forget to do something or do something that's not normal, or they forget to do something, there is a possibility in the future where we could actually remind them, say, hey, we noticed you left your house, you didn't arm your system. Or, hey, you went to bed, would you like us to arm your system because you usually do, or something. This kind of similar to something like that, but we don't actually do it right now, but we're starting to track the data to see how we can make it easy and applicable to customers' house. So we're going to talk about smart home readiness today. This is actually one of your metrics in your quality score, smart home readiness. Now we have a lot of guys right now who are hitting 100%, 98%, 95% on their quality scores because they have figured it out. And we still have guys that are like 0 or 25% or 50%. So this is very, very easy to accomplish on your quality score. So let's just go over it really quick. So the number one thing is we need to make sure that we have a sensor on every single door, okay? In the house, so we can track the customer. The doors, the entry exit doors, are the most important thing. Now you're sitting there saying, yeah, but what happens if a sales rep doesn't do that or sell it that way? So what we kind of need to do is be proactive with our sales guys and say, hey, look, this is why Vivint is called a smart home, okay? It's because of this, and you need to encourage them, train them, talk to them, and say, you got to make sure that there is a sensor on every single door. So that we can accomplish this on the back end. So your sales reps may not know that yet, but kind of educate them on what a smart home actually is, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to look at certain devices that are installed in the house on these smart readiness homes, okay? We're going to actually start with the alarm peripheral stuff, mainly with the entry exit doors, okay? Now the key thing is how you actually name these doors, okay? As you can see, we have some basic stuff like front door, back door, okay? Where it gets tricky is when we start getting into garage doors, because a lot of times a house could actually have 3 garage doors. You have a garage door that goes from the house into the garage. You have a garage door that goes from the garage to the outside, maybe on the side, or you have an overhead garage door that you're going to pull your car into, okay? So these are the key things on entry exit doors, basically what they are, okay? If you have a basement door, you're going to put basement door. If you have a side door that just goes outside, then name it the side door, or the back kitchen door or something like that. So what we're looking for is these garage doors. So if you look at this house right here, okay? Here's a garage door that goes from the garage to the inside of the house. That one would actually be called an interior garage door. Right here, okay? This one goes from the garage to the outside. That one is going to be called the exterior garage door. All right, so these doors right here are the overhead garage doors. This is where you're going to probably put tilt sensors on. Okay, so you're going to use the word overhead garage door on these when you name these devices, okay? Which is important so that we know, hey, if the interior garage door is being opened, or the exterior, or the overhead garage door. So those are the key words right there, but you still want to use other ones like front door, back door. Okay, so now there are going to be some systems that you actually install that may not cover the overhead garage door or this exterior garage door, okay? If it's just the interior garage door, if you name it garage door, you're not going to get credit for it. It's going to give you a 0 for that account. You still need to name that one interior garage door just so that you're going to get credit for it, okay? So those are your sensors that you're going to need to to be familiar with. So I would start, looking at this, watching these videos, understanding this, so you name those doors properly. Now, when we get down to door locks, what we need you to do is put the word lock on it. So front door lock, interior garage door lock, basement door lock, maybe it's the exterior garage door lock, just depending on where you're going to put it. But we're looking for a definition on the garage door, and we're looking for the word lock on there, okay? That's going to help us to know, when it's unlocked or locked or whatever. Okay, the other one is the garage door controller. That's the one that actually you can remotely control these garage doors right here. So if you put a garage door opener on the motor, then what you want to do is you want to make sure that you name it overhead garage door opener. Okay, just so that we know, hey, it's the garage door opener and it's on the overhead, just so that we can actually, determine what door is being operated and stuff like that. We don't want it to say garage door. It needs to say overhead garage door opener. Now, sometimes you might have 2 or 3 of these overhead garage doors. You can name it overhead garage door 1, overhead garage door 2, overhead garage door 3. You can name it, like at my house, I've made mine overhead garage door west, overhead garage door east, so I know the difference between them. Same thing with my opener. This is the overhead garage door opener west, overhead garage door opener east, okay? So the words that we're looking for is the overhead, the exterior, and the interior, so we know exactly which garage door that we're talking about. Now, there's another thing, motion detectors, okay? Motion detectors are still going to be part of our Smart Readiness home. Now we know sometimes they're installed in an office to cover certain type of equipment, or in a bedroom to cover jewelry or something like that. But if you do have one motion detector that's sold for the house, and we encourage you guys to probably, if this is like the bedrooms here, and this is the hallway, this is, the family room, and then you have the living room and the kitchen, you're going to put that motion somewhere right here in a central location of that house. So if you do something like that where there's one motion and it's kind of in the central location, it's good to name it like main floor motion or something like that, because when customers are home, they'll be triggering that motion detector because it'll be picking up motion. So something to think about with motion detectors. Now we know that motions don't go in every single house, but if you do put a motion in, it's really good to kind of look at that scenario and the way that you name it. It might be in a different room, you need to name it that. Now, other devices, they still need to have proper names, like smoke detectors, glass breaks, the windows, you just can't name them window 1, window 2, you gotta be specific. Living room window, master bedroom window. That's more for Vivint and for the cops or the fire department, like smoke detectors, hallway smoke detector, basement smoke detector, basement carbon monoxide. We still need those detailed names on those other devices, mainly for Vivint and mainly for if there's an emergency or something like that, we can give specifics. But for you guys to get high percentage on your smart home readiness metric that goes towards your quality score, I can promise you this: if you will grasp this concept and understand it and start using this, your percentage will go up. There shouldn't be a reason you don't get in the high 90s or 100% on this. It should be really, really easy. Now, some of you guys are like, hey, what about those doors that are connected, on a hardwired takeover or something like that? There's one thing that I can tell you is the best thing to do is separate the front door and the garage door, okay? Separate those two hardwired zones. Name one front door, name the other one interior garage door. The other doors can actually probably stay on that, and you might can put them on back door, basement door, or something like that. But you'll want to separate them. But we're also looking at a different way that we can do that. And I'll probably come out with that. But for now, new installs and maybe some small takeovers where the front and the garage door and the back door are all looped together. Just separate them on that takeover module. Do your best to to do whatever you can to accomplish this. But like I said, this should be an easy quality that you get. It should be, 100%, or give or take right around there. Just because all you got to do is focus on naming those devices, where sensors, locks, the garage door controller, name those devices correctly, and your score on Smart Readiness will go super high. Because like I said, we already got guys that are getting 100%. So if you have any questions, email me. I've sent out documents on this, but email me if you have any questions. Thanks a lot.